A portion of this video is brought to you by Sheath Underwear. For more information about Sheath Underwear, visit the link in the description or wait till the end of this video to hear more from me.
Republicans have proven that they are absolutely obsessed with what is between your legs. Pervy, weird, obsessive, dangerous. I hold in my hands here 4 of 11 pages from a bill that has been introduced in Arkansas that ostensibly will, among other things, outlaw certain haircuts. Anyone who provides support for social transition, another attack on trans kids, another attack on one of the most vulnerable groups in our country with suicide rates that are shockingly high. Cruelty is the point. I'm going to read a little bit from this article, and then I'm going to read just a little bit from this bill, because this is Nazi shit. The party of individual responsibility and freedom and rugged individualism. The Republican Party, they say that. No, they're not. They're the party of oppression. They're the party of torture. They're the party of oppression. I mean, it is what it is. Here's the article. Here's the headline. GOP bill could ban hairdressers from giving gender non-conforming haircuts to minors. The bill would allow anyone to sue someone who affirms a young person's transition, and it specifically mentions hairstyles. So what's next? Women aren't allowed to wear pants, not allowed to wear shorts. They must wear dresses and long hair. And any men, even these conservative ding-dongs that you see with their long locks, they need to cut it. Men must... It's Don Draper style. It's gonna be like the set of Mad Men all over again in this Republican Party. No one shall wear haircuts that we disagree with. A bill introduced by Republican lawmakers in Arkansas, no shocker there, aims to intimidate anyone who supports or affirms young people's social transition. Earlier this month, Arkansas State Rep Fascist Representative Mary Bentley, Republican, introduced HB 1668, the Vulnerable Youth Protection Act, and Republican State Fascist Senator Alan Clark introduced the Senate version. As the American Civil Liberties Union of Arkansas and local advocacy group Intransitive note, the anti-trans bill does not actually criminalize anything. The Arkansas law banning gender-affirming care for minors was already struck down by a federal judge in 2023. Instead, HB 1668 weaponizes civil enforcement by permitting lawsuits against any person who supports trans young people by providing or helping to receive gender-affirming care, or by affirming young people in their transition. According to the ACLU of Arkansas, minors or their parents can sue for minimum damages of $10,000 and up to $10 million in punitive damages for certain forms of medical care. The bill also allows Arkansas parents to sue people or medical providers outside of the state who help Arkansas youth access gender-affirming care. But it's not just the medical side of this. It's also the social transition to make kids feel more comfortable with who they are. It's cruelty. So this is the bill, an act to create the Vulnerable Youth Protection Act, to authorize a civil action for social transitioning and castration, sterilization, or mutilation of a minor, and for other purposes. They're really taking a page out of Trump's book here. So it goes through this, and it says, social transitioning means any act by which a minor adopts or espouses a gender identity that differs from a minor's biological sex as determined by the sex organs, chromosomes, and endogenous profiles of the minor, including without limitation changes in clothing, pronouns, hairstyle, and name. So this isn't just about hairstyles. It also is about clothes. They're going to allow someone, they're not going to make it criminal because that was struck down like the article talked about, but what they're going to do here is allow, like Texas has done, where private entities who are unrelated to the parties, who really have no standing whatsoever, can sue and get lots of money, as Donald Trump would say. Can sue if they don't like the haircut because it's too short on their trans son, or what they would say their daughter. No, we can't have that. We can't have anything that would make someone feel comfortable in their own skin. This is the Freedom Party. This is the fascist party. This is Nazi shit. And cruelty is the point. Torture is the point. Discomfort is the point. White Christian nationalism is the point. A non-scientific view of the world is the point. Dragging us back decades and decades and decades when white supremacy was the order under color of law, where anything that doesn't ring right with me back in my day, it's all just nonsense. And of course, when you elect idiots like the Sarah Huckabee Sanders as governor, the likelihood that this will pass is pretty high. Much to the detriment of trans kids in Arkansas. Trans rights are human rights. Get on the right side of history now. If you're one of those people that, 2 decades ago, probably not a lot in my audience, but 2 decades ago was making arguments against gay marriage. And then now you had to, oh yeah, I guess I was wrong about that. Now's the time to not be wrong in 10 or 20 years about the trans rights issue. Even if it's just on the base of civil liberties and personal liberty to do what you please. You're not harming anyone. I'd love to know what you think. If you live in Arkansas, I'd really love to know who these dipshits are. Mary Bentley and Alan Clark. What do you think? You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. Of course, as always, you can email me daily at dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work in independent media, what I do here. If there's somebody else out there that does more for you and brings you value, support that person. But if I am that guy, click the join button below, become a channel member for $1.99 a month, or you can go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine. Take care of one another.
I talk nearly every day about how divided we are as a country and the havoc that this division wreaks. But not all divisions are bad, right? As a mathematical concept, for instance, division allows you to split things into equal parts, allowing for equal shares. Division of labor has, for thousands of years, allowed humans to evolve their efficiency and specialization when working on certain tasks. And you can ask any kid to tell you that dinner is far better when the meat is divided from the veg. And what's more annoying than when you're sitting at a cramped table or out in the humid weather than having your meat smashed into your two veg? Is the meat and veg metaphor working here? It's time to divide and conquer with Sheath. Sheath makes the most comfortable boxer briefs I have ever worn. Regular boxers are just too loose and bunchy and not great. And briefs are just a smush fest. Sheath are the solution. Head to sheath.com and use promo code Dollemore to score 20% off and upgrade to the most comfortable underwear you'll ever wear. I'm wearing a pair right now, and indeed, that may be all I'm wearing under the desk here. But really, sheaths are the only underwear I wear. Absolutely fact. Their testicular tech features dual pouches to keep your mane apart from your sides. More dinner metaphors. Note, if you're not into the division for some reason, you don't have to use the dual pouches at all. Just throw your sheaths on like regular pair of underwear and you're good to go. Also, Sheath's stretchy fabric is super soft and made with moisture-wicking technology to keep your president and his cabinet cool and comfortable throughout the rigors of the day. I love my sheaths all the time, but they are particularly clutch in the sticky heat of DC summers, which is basically like 9 months out of the year. They were invented by a U.S. Army veteran while serving a tour in Iraq. The idea for Sheath came from discomfort in harsh environments. As a former Marine stationed in that part of the world, I get the inspiration. The airflow meshes are my personal favorite, but Sheath has tons of excellent styles and designs. Pick a pair and Sheath will hand them to your doorstep nearly instantly thanks to blindingly fast shipping and amazing customer service. Also, Sheath supports multiple charities like Socks for Soldiers and Doctors Without Borders. So with your purchase, you're making the world a better place too. Upgrade your undergarments, score 20% off right now when you head to sheath.com and use code Dollemore. Divide and conquer your discomfort with Sheath underwear.